Infidelity can be one of the most devastating experiences a person can go through. It can shake the foundations of a relationship to its core and leave both partners feeling lost, hurt, and unsure of how to move forward. But it's important to remember that all relationships face challenges, and it is possible to rebuild trust after infidelity. It won't be easy and it will take time, but with patience, understanding, and a willingness to work on the relationship, it is possible to move past this difficult time and create a stronger, more resilient bond. Before we go any further, make sure to check the links in the description and leave a comment at the end of the video. So, if you're struggling with how to rebuild trust after infidelity, this video is for you. We'll be discussing the steps you can take to repair the damage and work towards a brighter future together. It's important to recognize the various emotions you may be feeling after experiencing infidelity. You may feel betrayed, hurt, angry, confused, and even overwhelmed. It's important to allow yourself to feel and process these emotions, as they are a natural part of the healing process. It's also important to recognize that rebuilding trust after infidelity is a journey that will take time. It won't happen overnight and it will require patience and understanding from both partners. Now, let's move on to the steps you can take to rebuild trust after infidelity. Step 1. Acknowledge the pain and hurt you are feeling. It's important to take the time to acknowledge the pain and hurt you are feeling as a result of the infidelity. This means giving yourself permission to feel and process your emotions, whether it's through talking to a therapist or writing in a journal. It's also important to communicate your feelings to your partner, as this will help them understand the impact of their actions and begin to take steps towards rebuilding trust. Step 2. Have an open and honest conversation about the infidelity. One of the most important steps in rebuilding trust after infidelity is having an open and honest conversation about what happened. This means being willing to listen to your partner's perspective and being open to hearing things that may be difficult to hear. It's important to approach this conversation with a non-judgmental attitude and a willingness to understand your partner's perspective. Step 3. Identify the root causes of the infidelity. In order to truly rebuild trust after infidelity, it's important to identify the root causes of the infidelity. This means looking at the underlying issues in the relationship that may have contributed to the infidelity, such as a lack of communication, intimacy, or emotional connection. Identifying these root causes will help you and your partner understand what led to the infidelity and take steps to address these issues. Step 4. Develop a plan for rebuilding trust. Once you've identified the root causes of the infidelity, it's important to develop a plan for rebuilding trust. This might include setting boundaries, seeking therapy, or finding ways to rekindle the intimacy and connection in the relationship. It's important to be proactive and to work together as a team to rebuild trust. Step 5. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is an important part of rebuilding trust after infidelity. It's not about condoning the infidelity or forgetting what happened, but rather about letting go of the anger and resentment and finding a way to move forward together. This can be a difficult process and may take time, but it's an essential step in rebuilding trust. Step 6. Be patient with each other. Rebuilding trust after infidelity is a journey that will take time. It's important to be patient with each other and to recognize that it will take time to repair the damage and rebuild the trust. This means being understanding of your partner's feelings and needs and being willing to work together to address any issues that may arise. It's also important to be patient with yourself, as healing from the pain of infidelity can take time. Step 7. Seek support. Rebuilding trust after infidelity can be a difficult and emotional process, and it's important to seek support during this time. This might mean talking to a therapist, joining a support group, or seeking guidance from trusted friends and family. It's important to have a network of support to lean on as you navigate this challenging time. Step 8. Make an effort to rebuild the relationship. Rebuilding trust after infidelity will require a concerted effort from both partners to rebuild the relationship. This means making an effort to reconnect, to communicate openly and honestly, and to find ways to rebuild the intimacy and connection in the relationship. It may also mean finding new ways to show love and appreciation for one another, such as through small gestures or acts of kindness. Step 9. Remember that rebuilding trust takes time. It's important to remember that rebuilding trust after infidelity takes time and that it won't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to work together to rebuild the relationship. It may be a challenging process, but with time and effort, it is possible to rebuild trust and create a stronger, more resilient bond. I hope this video has provided some helpful insight and guidance on how to rebuild trust after infidelity. Remember, it won't be easy and it will take time, but with patience, understanding, and a willingness to work on the relationship, it is possible to move past this difficult time and create a stronger, more resilient bond. Thank you for watching.